Bang bang MMA gang. Now today's video, UFC Vegas 92. This is a load of garbage. It's like we've seen worse. This card's actually not that bad, but the fact that you have Angela Hill on the main card, there's nothing you could say to me to justify Angela Hill on the main card and have Abus Magomedov on the prelims. But we're gonna get full main card predictions on UFC Vegas 92 and one prelim. Starting off, we're gonna do Abus Magomedov versus Warlley Alves. Now, Warlley Alves is a guy that's feeding his family simply because of his win over Colby Covington. Like, look, that win was how long ago, bro? He's still in the UFC just so the UFC could say he beat him. This should be a layup for Abus Magomedov, but the thing about Abus Magomedov, if the second round starts, all bets are off. The guy has the worst cardio in the history of the company. He's good in the first round, gave Strickland problems early on, gave Kyle Bahayo problems early on, but listen, if the fight goes to the second round, all bets are off. Abus Magomedov, he would get tired just simply waking up and going to brush his teeth. That's how bad his cardio is. But yeah, I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to Abus Magomedov by finishing the first round. Moving on. We have Angela Hill versus Panera Bread. Now, Panera Bread just got finished by Amanda Ribas via spinning wheel kick. It was a great fight. They were banging. They were biting down on the mouthpiece and looping punches. It was a all right fight. And the way she got finished, it might have long-lasting effects. But lucky for her, she's facing Angela Hill. Angela Hill ain't throwing nothing dangerous. Angela Hill barely survived against Mackenzie Dern. People try to tell me Angela Hill is the cowboy of the females division. What an absolute, disrespect to cowboy. Angela Hill sucks. Angela Hill was a main event last year. How bad is the UFC to where Angela Hill could still be main eventing? It was mainly because of Mackenzie Dern. They're pushing Mackenzie Dern, but still, man. Angela Hill's a can. Panera Bread's a can. They're both cans. If I had to pick, if push came to shove, if I had to pick, I'm picking Angela Hill simply because of experience. She's been in their losses, couple wins. She's coming off some losses. It is what it is. I'm going to pick Angela Hill over Panera Bread, and that is that. Moving on. We have Vinicius Salvador versus Adeian Yanez. Now, Adeian Yanez, this should be a layup. The UFC's giving him a layup. Vinicius Salvador has not won a fight in the UFC. Listen, Adeian Yanez, this is your chance to... You did get leg kick TKO'd, but this is your chance, man. Adeian Yanez, this is your chance to show off you're one of the best boxers in the UFC. Your style is impeccable. It is Pause. Let's not even go there. Adeian Yanez, you're a good fighter. You have great boxing. Don't know how to check a kick for his life. Doesn't wrestle. His jiu-jitsu's, I've seen a little bit glimpses of his jiu-jitsu. It's okay. But, man, Adeian Yanez, the UFC is giving you a layup. This should be easy. Adeian Yanez by KO. This is an easy fight. Adeian Yanez by KO, and that is that. Moving on, we have Ramiz Brahimaj versus Themba Gorimbo. Now, Themba Gorimbo could be fighting Thanos. Themba Gorimbo could be fighting John Jones in his prime, DC in his prime. He could be fighting prime Volk, prime Kamaru Usman, prime GSP. It doesn't matter. I'm picking Themba Gorimbo, and I'm going to tell you why. Themba Gorimbo's coach just lost his mother. Now, when they were in camp, it was reported by Themba that he knew that his coach's mom had cancer and she was doing bad, but he didn't know how severe it was. So the coach wasn't really keeping him in tune with how bad his mom's cancer was, simply because they didn't want him to affect Themba's performance. And man, what a great coach! But it's extremely sad, the news that just broke. Themba Gorimbo's coach's mother died 2 days before the fight, and Themba broke down on media day when asked how will he win this fight. He absolutely broke down. Man, a guy with that much motivation to win. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. It could hurt him in this short term, this fight, simply because you fight with emotion. You never want to fight with just pure emotion. You want to fight with a good head on your shoulders. Pause. But man, it's such a sad story. Imagine you and your coach thugging it out for 8 weeks, grinding every day together. just to find out his mom died. Man, the fuel and the battery pack in this guy's back is going to be one of one, bro. I'm picking Themba Gorimbo by absolute brutal KO over Ramiz Brahimaj. Nothing personal. I'm just picking Themba just because of what happened. And Themba's a good fighter. He has a good one too. He has good power. He has good kicks, but he has good, solid defensive wrestling, defensive takedowns. And he has eye wrestling. Like, if he gets you against the cage, he'll work his way to a takedown. But, yeah, I'm picking Themba Gorimbo by finish. And that is that. Now, for the co-main event of the evening, I feel like it would be a disservice to fans of the UFC for me to even cover this fight. Now, I could go into this fight. They're both absolute cans. It could be an exciting fight. That's all I'm going to say. It could be an exciting fight. They're going to stand there. They're going to bang. But it would be a disservice for me to even give a prediction on this fight simply because of how disrespectful the UFC has been. How the fuck is this the main event? If we're taking a deep dive, how's Angela Hill on the main card? How's Abus Magomedov not the main card opener? I would have Abus Magomedov in the main card over Angela Hill. The co-main event is absolute two cans that are gonna go at it. The UFC just doesn't give a fuck anymore about nobody. I'm not gonna make no predictions on that fight. Fuck both of them. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, man. Carlston Harris versus Kyle Williams. This is not even close in my opinion. Carlston Harris has only lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov in the UFC. It's a lot of cans that he's beating. He was supposed to face Abubakar Nurmagomedov. I would have loved to see that. He would have flatlined him. But outside of that, Carlston Harris, this is not even this might be the lock of the night. It's not even close. Carlston Harris absolutely finishes Chaos Williams, however the fuck you say it. He's an absolute can. Yeah, it's an easy fight to predict. Carlston Harris by finish. And I'm saying submission. I'll say rear naked choke in the second round. Moving on, we got the main event of the evening. Lerone Murphy versus Edson Barboza. Now, let me quickly touch on Lerone Murphy. Pause. Lerone Murphy, it's a whole lot of when you look at him, he's undefeated in his entire career. MMA, he's undefeated. He can, he's a guy that can point you out to get a decision, and he can get the knockout. He's not really a big submission threat at all. So all you got to worry about is a knockout. But he's not I keep reiterating this, he's not like a Chito Vera to where if he doesn't get the knockout, he's not banking in rounds. I've never understood that from Chito Vera. If he doesn't get the knockout, Chito loses. He lost to Dominic Cruz. He would have lost, to Dominic Cruz. He was losing every fight he finishes. He's losing those type of fights. But Lerone Murphy, on the other hand, he can bank in rounds to where he gets a decision, and he can KO. He isn't really a big submission threat. It's a whole lot of Josh Cooley bows. The guys he's fighting aren't really top of the food chain guys. It's all he did fight Zubaira, which is Team Khabib. That was a draw. He has one draw in his career. But outside of that, he's undefeated. He's legit. They are not giving Edson Barboza no easy matches, bro. But now to Edson Barboza. Edson fucking Barboza. Why is he in the apex? When we look at guys that we know 100% are going to bring it, that are not point fighters, that are going to do spinning this, spinning that, flying this, flying that. It's Edson Barboza. Why is he not opening up pay-per-views? Why is Edson Barboza? I get it. If you're doing an Apex, for it not to be an absolute garbage card, you have to have somebody fun in the main event. But let's be honest, we just has Alex Perez in the main event. It was a deadly knockout over Nicolau, but still, if Alex Perez is doing main events, let's just do somebody like that, bro. When you do Edson Barboza as an Apex main event, bro, come on, bro. We need Edson Barboza opening up International Fight Week, the Sphere, anything, bro. It's Edson fucking Barboza. He's a legend. He's coming off a big win over Sadiq Yusuf, which he was rocked in the first round. Comeback fight of the year. That was one of the greatest fights ever. I love Edson Barboza, bro. Pause. But yeah, this is a tough fight for Edson Barboza. A little bit more favorable because this guy's not a big wrestling threat and he's not a big submission threat. So Edson Barboza is susceptible to knockouts. Let's be honest. He can't get knocked out. He can't get finished. But it's not going to be like a Bryce Mitchell where he drowns you and like nut hugs and like that type of finish. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be, if he gets finished, it's going to be a knockout. And I give Edson Barboza on the feet almost over anybody in that division. Give me Edson Barboza by absolute finish. I'm going knockout. And guess what? It might seem like I'm going out on a limb, but I'm going Edson Barboza spinning wheel kick. I don't care. He's going to do it in spectacular fashion, and he's going to call out Max Holloway. Book it. But yeah, man. What would I rate this card 1 through 10? If it's for fight nights, I'm rating this card a 6 because I've seen what fight nights are capable of. We've seen Austin. We've seen the fight night with Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval, with Yair Rodriguez in Mexico and Brian Ortega. We've seen how good these cards can get. We've seen UFC Austin with Jalen Turner, Bobby Green, with the Arman and Benil Dariush. We've seen how good they can get, but it is what it is, man. I'm going with Edson Barboza in the main event. And yeah, that is that. UFC 93, 92, whatever the fuck it is, I don't care because I'm mad. Whew. I can't wait till Dustin Poirier flatlines Islam Makhachev. But anyways, yeah, that is that. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the MMA gang is in, and that is that.